All right, hello again. We are going to look at topic 14 today. I'm not going to go over every little part of the classwork, but I am going to look at our class data with you so you can get an idea as to what we did in class, and then move on, look at the applet and the central limit theorem for means, and then practice using it. So the situation that we're looking at in 14.1 to start is we're looking at the ages of pennies. So here we have a population of 1,000 pennies. So we're going to assume that this is the population that we're concerned with, not all possible pennies. So for this distribution, it definitely does not look normal. It is skewed right. Remember, that means it's pushed from the right. So we have a skewed right population, and what your goal is to use the table on the next page to be able to randomly select 5 pennies. So here is the table, and just so to make sure you understand how this works, here you've got their ID numbers, and you're going to use a random number generator in your calculator to be able to produce a random 3-digit number, and then depending on what that number is, you will then report the age of that coin. So in order to get your random number, you go to math, which is right here below alpha, and then you go over to probability, and when you're on rand, that means random, and we can just hit enter. Now, this is not a 3-digit number, this is just a string of numbers. The numbers that we care about are the first 3. We're going to look at them in groups of 3. So if this was my number, I would have 724. So I would look on my table to see where 724 is. And it's right here. 724 falls between 719 and 742. So it is an 18-year-old penny. Okay, that would be one of my numbers. Then I would do it again, looking at the next group of 3 digits, so 532. I would then look to see where is 532. Oh, it's right down here, so it is a 12-year-old penny. So I already did that, and this is my group of 5 pennies. So what you'll need to do is list your ages for your pennies, and then for each of those ages, you'll need to put them onto a dot plot to be able to look at the distribution of those pennies. This is just one sample of 5. Now, looking at my dot plot, this does not really look like a normal distribution. Most of the dot plots of 5, they definitely looked a lot more skewed because there's a lot more possibilities for you to draw pennies from the left-hand side than there are from the right, just looking at the population. The next piece that you'll need to do is calculate the sample mean of your 5 pennies. So that's pretty easy. I can just plug it in my calculator and hit go. I end up with 8.4 for my first sample mean, and then they want you to do it 4 more times. So you need to come up with a total of 5 different sample means. I'm going to pause and then go ahead and finish filling out my table. You do the same.